Okay, so let's talk about how to print a beautiful luxury planner and also how to sell it. If this is a question that's been swirling around in your head, I would love to help you with this. I get this question a lot. So that's what today's episode is about: how to print a luxury planner and then how to sell a luxury planner. And if we haven't met before, I'm Polly Payne. I am the host of the Dream Printing podcast. I'm also the creator of the Dream Planner. I've had my business, Horacio Printing, for the past over 11 years. We just had our 11th birthday not too long ago. And I absolutely love paper products. I am a certified paper snob. So if you're a paper snob, you're in good company. And I've sold over 57,000 planners around the world to date. So I'm going to walk through the steps of how to print a luxury paper product that is paper snob approved, and also how to sell it. So you're in for a treat. Grab your journal and let's dive in. Okay, I am so excited to talk about this. Specifically, if I were to restart my business in 2026, and let's say I'm working to make a 2027 planner, how would I do it? How would I go about printing it and selling it based on what I know now? And let me just say, I have walked the long road with lots of bumps, lots of bruises, lots of mistakes, lots of financial mistakes, lots of left and right. You know, I'm very much a risk taker. I dive in head first. I started Horacio Printing when I had a full-time job in New York as a senior sales director. And I started Horacio Printing mostly because I had the desire to create a planner so deep. It was like, I want to create this. I really wanted to redesign my life. My life at the time was a mess. And I felt that calling and urge to do it. I actually saw someone at my company do a Kickstarter to create her magazine. And that really inspired me. Like, if she can do it, maybe I can do it. And hopefully I'm that for you today. Like, you can hear my story, watch my story, and get the encouragement that if I can do it with all of my flaws and all of my things holding me back, I hope that you know it is absolutely possible for you. That is really my prayer, is that you would feel empowered with the education you're getting today to take the next step. So I started my business back in 2015, and I had that dream to do it. And one of the things that really bugged me about planners or journals in general is how low quality they were. There's nothing worse than writing in your planner and then it bleeds through to the next week, and it's like, it's just, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, just low quality. And so I really wanted to make a planner that felt like art paper. It felt like sketchbook paper, thick and luxurious. And that was hard to find. I also wanted to make sure that it was a Christian planner. That's just my own personal beliefs. I'm a Christian, I'm a believer. And I think, unfortunately, and sorry if I offend anybody, but often we give Christian brands and products and Christian movies a hall pass for being janky or just being like B-. Have you ever heard this? Like, someone's like, oh, I saw this great movie, you have to watch it. And you're like, oh, is it good? And you're like, well, it was Christian, you know? So it's like that automatically makes it like less because it's Christian. It's like a negative adjective almost for something creative, where it should be an adjective that means it's incredible because it's in the likeness of God. It's honoring the Lord. It should be amazing. We should strive for excellence in what we create, whether that's a devotional or a Bible or a journal or a planner, whatever it is. We should be striving for excellence. And when I say excellence, I'm not talking about perfection. I am not a perfectionist. I try really hard not to be a perfectionist. I really believe that perfection is a prison that will hold you back from taking steps. It's like, oh, well, I can't really create a journal to help women going through divorce because technically I'm not perfect yet. And so I can't create a product until I'm perfect, or I can't create a product to help so-and-so. You know what I mean? Like, we either put that onus on us, like, oh, well, I'd have to be perfect. I'd have to have my life all together before I do that big thing. And that goes for anything in your life. I've seen this so much. That's basically called a hiding place, a noble hiding place. If you've ever read the book Finish, it's a great book. And he teaches on, if you really want to finish the dreams that you sought out to finish, we have to get rid of our noble hiding places. And one of the things that we hide behind is, well, I have to be perfect, or I have to get this certification, or I have to get this qualification, or whatever it is. Like, I've had people reach out to me and say, hey, I've got to get my blog trademarked to make sure nobody copies anything. But it's like, that person has never even shared the blog with one person yet. You know what I mean? It's definitely cart before the horse, if that makes sense. So it's important to not let perfectionism be something you hide behind, or else you will never see your dreams come to life. Period. So I'm all about excellence, but let's say no to perfection. All right, so let's dive into how to print your thing and then how to sell it. And I'm going to show you a little bit of my product and my packaging and things like that, so you can kind of see it. But when it comes to printing, there's a lot of noise out here on YouTube. There's a lot of people teaching different ways to do stuff, and to each their own. But for me, as a paper snob, you might hear this. You might hear the advice of, okay, all you have to do is design something on Canva. Bam, bam, bam. Here's a template. Woohoo! And then you just print on demand and they drop ship it to your customer, and bam, you have a business. Hooray! Woohoo! Canva plus print on demand equals a printing company. And let me just say, that doesn't work if you want to have longevity, if you want to have profit, if you want to stay in business for longer than 6 months. It's just not it. It could work for some people in some instances. I'm not saying that it works for nobody. If you are creating products that are a little more like, let me pull something up. Maybe you're creating a book and you sell a specialty book like this. This is a great book, by the way, The Sabbath. That could work. You could maybe print this on demand, drop ship it, and you make $2 every time you sell that. You have to have a lot of volume in order for this to take over and be your day job. For me, it took me 1.5 years from the time I launched my business to the time that I was able to quit my job and do Horacio Printing full time. So I was able to replace that New York salary and pay for New York rent. For those of you, if you know, you know, it's not cheap up there. But it took me 1.5 years. So it's not like this overnight thing, but it's absolutely possible. But it is not going to be a thing if you're trying to go the print on demand route. Now, I understand the beauty of it. It sounds so seductive. You don't have to have any inventory. You can just print as people purchase. Woohoo, that sounds great. But here's the downside. There isn't much customization. You're not going to get luxury paper. You have to pick standard sizing typically. The binding isn't there, not to mention all the bells and whistles. So there's companies like Printify, Printful, there's Guten, Lulu, Zazzle. There's a new company called Gelato. I looked into them today as I was just looking at all the new companies that have popped up, because I'm always looking for that unicorn. Hopefully there is one day. And if there is, I will come in here and tell you about it. There is this unicorn company that does luxury paper products on demand that doesn't cost an arm and a leg. But even so, even if you wanted to pay an arm and a leg for custom on-demand printing, it doesn't exist. It's not a thing. You can't find a planner like this on demand. It's not a thing. With the gold coil, with the elastic strap, with the gold corners, with the tabs, with the pocket inside. I don't know if you can see this. The pocket inside. In all my planners, they also come with a bunch of little stickers right here with the tabs, with the laminated gold tabs. This is just not something you can produce print on demand, period. And I'll show you a little bit about the experience that I have and the other things I've created through the printing style that I'm going to teach you. I hope that explains it with print on demand. It's just not possible. If it ever is one day, maybe in the year 2030 it will be, who knows? It's currently not. There are companies that offer print on demand. I've had a lot of students come into my program and share with me the quotes that they've gotten from these types of companies. And I will show you, here is an example of a print-on-demand company. This person printed their product through a print-on-demand company, and this is about as close as you'll get. The company, I will absolutely share it with you. The company is called Vervanti. Vervanti printed this and shipped it, and the people that made it shipped one to me. I didn't really need it, but I was in her program, and so she sent me a planner. And so this is a legit planner from a print-on-demand company. Now, it doesn't have all the extra bells and whistles. It has super thin paper, but I will tell you, this was expensive. This was really expensive. This probably cost at least 3x what my entire product costs. So there's that. You're welcome to reach out to Vervanti, get your own quotes, see how it works out. Come back and tell me. Tell me how it works out. Tell me how the pricing is. And then we can talk about, the pricing that I'm able to get for you with my printers. So that being said, how do I do it? How do I print luxury paper products? So my first year, I printed my planners through a domestic printer in Canada. And I share all about this in my workshop. I think I have my planner here. Let me grab it. So this was my first planner. I printed this in Canada, and I do talk about this in my workshop. My workshop is right here, HoracioPrinting.com/workshop. It's 45 minutes. It's absolutely free. I go through the pricing for this planner versus the pricing for this planner, and I was able to cut my costs down 70%, but then get a more luxurious product. So that's what we're talking about here. So what I do and what I recommend to all of my students that I work with is to use an overseas printer and to purchase in bulk. You just got to purchase in bulk. It's just the Costco theory. The more you buy, the more you save. It's a lower cost per unit, the more you purchase, right? And so my second year, I moved all my production overseas. It was scary at first. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I had to reach out to my cousin whose husband was in brokering, and he was able to get me a broker. Ooh, okay, I added some light. It was getting a little dark in here. Okay, so my cousin's husband, I was just saying, worked in brokering, and so he was able to find me a broker to help me import my stuff. And so it was scary that first year. And I know the fear of it. It's like, oh my gosh, this feels scary overseas. I don't know what I'm doing. And that's why you need someone to help you along in these steps, someone to walk you through it, to give you all of the language you need to use with them, how to prepare your files to work with them, how to request the quote properly. Because here's the thing, you can have the right printer, you can have the name of the printer, you can have the person that works there, and you can still end up with a crappy product if you don't ask for the right things, if you don't clarify and verify certain things, if you don't cross all your T's and dot all your I's when it comes to importing your goods and making sure you got those exemption codes so you're not being hit with any tariffs, which that is what I help my students with inside of Print School 2.0. That's my signature program. I've helped hundreds and hundreds of people make their print dreams come true. Many of them are on my shelf. This is one of my students. She just launched her Redeemed journal, so she did this really beautiful product. And here's the thing, you can't build something like this on demand. You can't have beautiful stamped spine and like this debossed artwork, and the ribbon bookmarks that you want with the coloring that you want. because you don't have to just do gold foil stamping. You can do any color stamping. This is a beautiful linen. So we have linens and leather options and art paper. And I walk through all of my students in how to do this and also how to do it so that your products also lay flat, which I don't know if you've ever been attacked by the plague of a non-lay flat product, but it's the worst, like I want it to lay flat. And that was a big thing when I was starting as well. And so that's how I've been able to help my students to do that. So anyways, I went on my second year overseas and I decided to do a Kickstarter campaign in order to fund my print. And this is another thing that I teach my students, how to do a Kickstarter. Not that you have to do this when you're starting out, but it is a great way to raise the capital to buy the inventory in bulk so you don't have to spend your own money on it. Now, some people say, no, I've saved up. I'm ready to drop $3,000 on my inventory. That's no problem. I'm ready for this. This is what I've been planning for. And that's great. And some people are like, no, I'd really like to raise that money. And either option is great. No matter what, you're going to do a big launch campaign. You're going to do some sort of pre-order and hype campaign, which is what I teach my students to do as well. But my second year, I did a Kickstarter, and basically I was able to my goal was to raise $11,000 to print 2,000 units, but I actually raised over 20K in my Kickstarter, and that gave me the seed I needed to purchase plenty of inventory my second year, and that's when it kept snowballing. So you don't have to raise that much money. You can raise $2,000, $3,000, however much you need to print that first amount. And by creating that campaign and letting people join you in the journey, that's just a great marketing tool for you to get that snowball going, for you to actually start getting those raving fans and those early customers. It's so much fun. So that's how you really print with excellence. The only way to do it, in my opinion, is overseas. They have the expertise, and I absolutely love my partners. I have 3 different printing partners that I've worked with, and they're incredible. They know the product inside and out. They know how to work with us. They're extremely helpful. They have lots of options. They have lots of packaging options. So when it comes to excellence, this is what my product looks like. So my planner comes all wrapped up in a beautiful box. It has gold foil stamping on the cover. And when you open it up, it's got this tissue paper with a sticker. Usually there's a postcard inside with a thank you card basically with a QR code. And then all of my planners come in like a dust bag with pins and usually a bookmark. This one right here is our black leather planner with the stamping here. And so my printer is able to produce all of these packaging items. So the dust bag, the box, they source the gold pins, they help with creating the stickers. We also have tons of other products I've made through my printers, like notepads or my vision board kit. My vision board kit's back here. And you can check out all the products that I print using my printers at HoracioPrinting.com. That's my planner company that I've been running and I've had the joy of running for many years. And so if you want to learn more about, costs and how that all works together and a little more of my story there, watch the workshop at HoracioPrinting.com/workshop. That's going to be really helpful for you. Now, when it comes to selling your product, where do I sell it? How do I sell it? My number one place I would send you to have an all-encompassing sales experience is Shopify. I sell my products on Shopify. It is amazing. When I was starting out, I went on Squarespace, which was fine for what it was at the time it was, but I eventually moved to Shopify and I love it. So Shopify is what hosts the website. So HoracioPrinting.com is powered by Shopify. Shopify also has a point of purchase. So all of the transactions happen through Shopify. My inventory is managed through Shopify. Abandoned cart emails are sent through Shopify. Purchase confirmation emails are sent through Shopify. My customer service CRM is in Shopify. Everything's in there. Analytics, reporting, everything, the blog, it all lives and breathes in Shopify, which is so great. And inside of Print School, whenever you join that program, you're going to get a bonus program called Launch School, which it's one thing to print something. It's quite another thing to launch it. And so that's why I built this secondary program. It's worth over $2,000 and you get it for free. And I teach you how to set up your Shopify website, how to build the pages in your website and set up all the settings in Shopify. I also teach you how to create your launch campaign, how to get your assets ready. We have photography training, video training, how to shoot something perfectly for a paper product. Like, what does that look like? What do those lay flat shots look like? What kind of lifestyle shots are we getting? Camera settings, all of it. I also give you email marketing tools, SMS, text messaging marketing, and we're continually adding to that course to help you build your launch campaign. Because if you really want to sell something, you have to create a runway of hype to the launch. So for example, I launch my planners every year, usually around October 1st, but I start promoting it at the beginning of September. Like, we do a whole reveal day and then launch day. So lots and lots of education. And if you're scared to sell something and that's like, oh, like, I don't want to be on social media. Like, I hate social media. Like, I get it. I hate social media too. Hopefully I can explain the key to selling, if this can help like reframe it for you. Good selling is just good education. At the end of the day, it's your job as the creator of the product to educate people that your product exists and also how does it help them. So good sales is just education. Imagine you go to a restaurant. Sometimes you have a great waiter and they just explain the menu and they really educate you and you're like, your mouth's like watering. It's like, that's good sales. And that's not rude for the waiter to explain something or tell you about the special or share their favorite things. Like, that's just good education. And we appreciate it. It's appreciated. If the waiter just came and like threw you the menu and walked off because they're nervous to sell you the food, we would go, ugh, that doesn't work for me. Or what if like you sat down at a restaurant and no one even came to your table? You're going to get up and leave, So sales is about being a good waiter, educating someone on the menu, keeping the menu clean and beautiful and clear. That's really the best way I can explain it. And I teach that in depth in Launch School, how to sell paper products beautifully. So if I could give you really the number one place for you to get started, because that's really my goal for you, is how to get started. If you are in a place right now where like, okay, I have this dream, I want to create a paper product, but I haven't really got started yet. I don't really know where to start yet. Maybe you have like 10 different ideas and you're like, I don't know which one I want to make, but I know I want to make one. If that's where you're at, my advice to you to get started is to focus on the user journey. Picture that person in your mind. What's the journey you want to take them on with your product? We've had a lot of people in the school create like a cancer warrior book, right? And so how do you want to speak to that person as they buy your product and you know that they're on a journey fighting cancer? Or if you're doing the busy mom planner, what's the journey you want to take her on? How do you want to help her set her goals? How do you want to help her? And same thing with a devotional or a guided journal. What's the journey? Is it a 30-day journey? Is it a 90-day journey? Like, what are you taking her through? And to sit with that. And if you would like to do that in depth with me, I have a 5-day challenge that's amazing. And we're going to go through in this 5 days the full timeline. We'll sit through ideation and go through the user journey together. We'll go through costs. I'll actually give you quotes from my printer so you can see like, okay, based on what I want to make, this is kind of what I'm looking at for pricing. And we'll go through marketing and sales, and we'll start working on your production timeline for your dream product. That's my 5-day challenge. It's very interactive. It comes with a workbook. It's so much fun. You can join right here at dreamprinting.co/ challenge. And if you're like, you want to get plugged into this world, dreamprinting.co is a great place to get started. That's where I have some beautiful blog posts. I have all my free resources for you there. That's definitely a great place to get started. And that's where you can learn more about Print School, which is my program. That program is 2 years. You get 2 years of access to Print School. Doesn't mean it's going to take you 2 years. I just want to make sure you have enough time to really take the training wheels off and go on your own. Many people in Print School, by year 2, they've already launched 2 or 3 new products. So we want to help you through launch number 1, and then we're here for launch number 2 as you build on the success that you've already had. So really, my advice to you is to think about the user journey. And really, you want to focus on solving her problem. What is her problem? What is her unmet desire? That's where I would start. And then after that, come join me in the 5-day challenge. I have tons of videos here on YouTube. You can explore some of my additional trainings there. And if you already have some of your design done, you're like, no, my design's done. Or maybe you already have something kind of worked out in Canva, but it's not fully done yet. Maybe it's more of like a Frankenstein product and you're like, oh, I don't love it, but it's pretty much there. I would love to invite you to take a quiz. I have a quiz that I built for you. Am I ready for Print School? And it helps you to kind of understand, based on where you are, what makes sense for you next. That quiz is right here at horacioprinting.com/quiz. We've had a lot of people join Print School who already have their paper product done, their designs done, they're good to go. They just need support. And sometimes what happens is whenever they get in, they actually go back and go through the course and they end up modifying their product and making it even more dialed in to what their person wants and understanding the heart behind your product, because you really want to make sure you're putting something out in the world that people want and that's going to work for them, that's going to make sense for them when they see it. And that really starts at the beginning in the ideation process. So that's all I have for you. My advice on printing and selling a paper product in 2026. I would love to invite you into Print School. It is an application-based program. So get your application in. Come hang out at dreamprinting.co. I would love to connect with you. If you have any questions, comment below. I would love to connect with you. I read these comments every day. Let me know what else you would like to learn on this channel, and I will make some more episodes just for you. We have so many new students interviews coming out soon, so you can hear their stories, which is so much fun. And if you want to go ahead and hear some of their stories, we have this incredible alumni page. I'll give you a little tour here. So this is our Print School alumni page. You can go to dreamprinting.co/alumni to check it out. And at the top, you'll see all these different stories. At the bottom, you can check out some of our Kickstarter campaigns that our students have done, where they've raised $2,000, $3,000, $9,000, $10,000, $12,000 to help fund their first run and then continue from there. So check out some of these amazing stories, and when you're ready, fill out your application. I would love to connect with you one-on-one. I hope you have a wonderful day. You are so loved. And if you liked this episode, here are some more episodes for you to check out next.